Welcome back to a special version of the Game Pass Gamecast, a live reactions to Gearbox's showcase at E3 2021's live reactions from me, your host of the Game Pass Gamecast, Travis White, aka Travelus on most internet platforms, including right now if you're watching live, twitch.tv/Travelus_. Usually we do go live from Game Pass Gamecast's Twitch account, which you can go to twitch.tv/GamePassGamecast. We'll be there most days. For once they're not, because I was running out of time to get this up and running because of a move and stuff like that. So we're doing this live from my account. But normally you could see it from the Game Pass Gamecast Twitch account. But today you're seeing it there. And if you're watching this after the fact, welcome one. And you're also watching this over at youtube.com. Over on our YouTube for a video on demand version of this at just Game Pass Gamecast. Go ahead and plop her on in there and you'll get right there because we're the only one there. Live reactions going with Gearbox Publishings. So, looks like it's getting ready to start. So let's jump in. I'm not the biggest Gearbox person. Not a ton. I'm sort of a Borderlands fan. I seem to binge Borderlands in a really quick fashion, but jump off really fast too, if that makes any sense. Like, for example, Borderlands 3. Bought it, played it for 8 hours in one day. 8 hours. Or something like that. 6 or 8 hours, something like that. Like, heavy for a day. And then went. And never played it again. Not that anything was bad. I obviously enjoyed my time if I was playing for 6 to 8 hours or whatever in one day. So, but never seemed to stick with it. I haven't played Godfall yet. I've heard mediocre things about that. So it's, I don't have the biggest connection to Gearbox. I know that their stuff is good in terms of creative and, making these interesting games. And I know the impact that Borderlands has had on, the games industry and the looter shooter genre. But it'll be interesting to see what they're doing from both a development and a publishing end. So, sure has been a year. I am interested in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, so I'm curious to see how that kind of plays out, as it has a D&D-esque aesthetic to it based off of, I think it was Borderlands 2's one DLC expansion. But it has like a D&D aesthetic too, which I'm interested in. But we'll see.
To stick around because right now, but we will check out some.
Oh no, it didn't go live. I messed up. I'm just curious as to what they have to show that they deemed, hey, we want to be a part of E3. We want to have a conference. Almost like the Bethesda aesthetic whenever they started doing that. But at the same time, E3, to a degree, is peeled back a little bit this year.
Hey everybody, if you don't know me, I'm Randy Pitchford.
The magician himself.
The founder of the Gearbox Entertainment Company and executive producer of the Borderlands franchise and all of the great games that we do at Gearbox. I am right now on the set of the Borderlands motion picture.
Oh, that's true. We may get a trailer of that. Or a teaser of it.
Soundstage. And I thought, since I'm here, wouldn't it be cool if I walk you around a little bit and show you some of the cool stuff that we're doing? Let me walk you this. This is a live set. There's guys working on the movie right now in real time. We've been everywhere. We've been in the caves of the caustic caverns.
I'm gonna pump up the desktop audio a little bit.
We've been in the desert, in the sand quarries. We've been in the stone quarries, doing all kinds of amazing stuff. Actually, look, this is. Hey, Eli, can I grab you for a second?
Yes.
This is Eli Roth, our director.
Hey everybody.
This is E3. These
What's
are
up,
our
guys?
gamers. And you've got Edgar
I
here.
know we have so much. He doesn't exist in the game, but he exists in the movie and in real life. It's Edgar Ramirez.
Well, Edgar Ramirez's character Atlas exists hypothetically in the game. We've never met him before in the game or in real life. We're meeting Atlas for the first time in this movie story. I'm so stoked that you're here doing this.
Thank you,
This
man.
is
I'm
gonna
very,
be-
very happy.
This
Yeah,
is going to be a
yeah,
blast.
congratulations.
Oh, thanks. You know, look, I feel like we're just getting started. The whole point is to entertain people, and this movie that Eli's making, it's. I mean, it's.
I am really going to be interested to what an
I don't
Eli
wanna say
Roth
I'm filming, but
Borderlands
it's
movie
lots
looks
of blood,
like.
Lots of guts. It's totally bonkers, but it's also very Borderlands. I have learned how to twirl a Vlad off.
You know what? I think we should. Let me show this.
Yeah, we could show that.
This is,
this is the stunt one. That's
This
a
is
foam one.
video game fans will recognize this is the Infinity. It's a Vladoff Infinity, and you've gotten pretty good at twirling.
Well, they have ones that actually, this one is light, so I
Yeah.
could really learn to
Yeah, yeah,
twirl
yeah.
because I don't want to smash a
You're
real one.
getting good at that.
But Kate's amazing.
She's
Kate's
got-
like she can side twirl, she can double twirl.
That's right.
She can do the
Or,
twirl.
Isn't it
you could
unbelievable
show
what
us an
she-
actual picture.
It's
I can't wait
crazy.
for you
I
to
don't
see,
know.
like,
I'm just saying.
Kate is a god.
I
Like, she's-
saw, everyone thinks of Kate from Blue Jasmine or Carol, all the things she's done. And House of the Clock on the Walls, I saw how unbelievably funny she was. And I noticed that she brought out the great dramatic acting in Jack Black, and Jack brought out the great comedy in Kate. She was so into it. She wants to really, understand it from the inside out. Like, what are the powers? Where do they come
It's
from?
wild to watch her walk like Lilith. That
Yeah.
blew my mind. She's totally done it.
We want to make a real great science fiction movie. We don't want to just make a great video game adaptation movie. I
Right.
just want it to be a
Well,
great,
that's the key,
a
right?
great You just have to make a great sci-fi movie. Period.
And it's really come to life. So for Borderlands fans who play the video game, if you have people in your lives that you want to introduce to Borderlands but aren't going to play the game with you, this movie's how you do it. You can bring your family.
Actual
your loved
question.
ones, bring them to the
Why
movie.
does Randy
We want
Pitchford
this
always look
introduced
so
them to
sweaty?
Borderlands. They're gonna love it.
We want this to be like.
I think I know the answer.
non-
I'm not going to say that, but
I mean, look, the thing is, the great thing about the game is there's so much to it that.
I've always been curious.
telling
The man
me
looks
how
sweaty at all
every
times.
time. I mean, people can live in the world, so we have to create.
As a man who
different
sweats
experience.
himself.
The experience has to be thrilling in a different way and exciting.
He
of all the
looks-
things the fans love.
He always looks
Easily
wet.
the best cast I've ever
Maybe it's
worked
just the
with.
hair.
But like just a world-class
Can't believe
cast
it.
of actors that all came in just to come in and play, and everyone is so into their characters. Like we see way Florian's playing Creed.
Florian is killing it.
Ariana is Tiny Tina.
She's
Kevin
doing
is
amazing.
rolling. I mean, Kevin is a man on a mission.
I can't believe
like he's
watching
playing like a
Kevin
full action star.
go full action star. I think he's really going to surprise people. I think Kevin's over there actually, and I
Really?
know Lisa is trying. Lisa, our
Trying to
first
get a
AD,
shot. You go get-
she's
go get him.
You go to work.
I'm gonna-
All right, come with me, guys. Come with me. I'm going to see if I can find Ari and one of the producers and Emmy. The Arods are legendary. Hey Ari, can I interrupt you, man? Guys, this is Emmy and Ari from Arad Productions. Ari Arad has made a whole bunch of awesome movies. You're probably familiar with the Arads from Marvel, right? Because Avi Arad was the founder and the CEO of Marvel Studios, and they created a movie called Spider-Man, and then Iron Man. I believe you're the executive producer.
Yeah, I
of
worked on
Iron
that
Man.
one.
You worked on, and then the X-Men, and then the Avengers.
Look at you, Jackman, with the long hair,
I
man.
think it's gone from
Oh,
These are the
that's been a
most
minute.
successful movies of all time for comic books, and the pitch you gave me was, "Hey, that was cool. We figured it out with comic books. We think that video games are the next frontier of this, and we think Borderlands is the perfect video game." And you were really flattering. And how was IDEO? I was kind of a jerk, wasn't I?
You made us work for it. You made us work for it. But you were right. You were right.
Well, you have to understand, like, we get hit up.
He made us watch magic tricks all the
It's a
time.
different world. Like, what we have to do to make
Like, you attempted the same trick like 6 different times, and you made us watch it each time.
in making these incredible films. And I wanted to make sure that if we were going to partner with somebody on the film side, that it was with people that cared about our universe, cared about our fans, and cared about the character and the worlds that we created, and was going to actually develop it. Not just, a lot of these guys will collect options and just throw it at studios, just see where they can get business done. And I probably beat you up for like 2 years plus.
Oh, yeah.
We called it dating for 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. I remember.
You remember we were dating for years, yes, and but we did a deal, and it's been a long road.
Yeah, but you
we're
know what?
here.
We're here and we're psyched, and it's been worth it. You know, like.
They have a date for this
we used
movie?
that time pretty well.
I can't believe it.
You know, and we're really proud of where we're at.
It's pretty amazing.
Borderlands
So we're more than halfway done.
movie.
With the shooting.
Yeah, well,
We're about 2/3 of the way done. Oh, look at this.
All
We got Eli again.
We have a really funny shot.
Oh yeah.
With the trash, we should be shooting it behind the scenes.
I was told that we
I
can't.
don't think we can give it away, but I think that for him, anyways, for our behind the scenes, we should get it.
Oh. So I'll tell you what, you guys. This is Eli. This is Ari. Oh, don't look that way. We can't. No, this way. Look this way. We can't show. Yes. I don't want to. Okay. So guys, it's going to be an amazing E3. Borderlands the film is going to be absolutely incredible. We've got some cool stuff to show you. I know some of you are interested in seeing.
Sounded like somebody came into the Discord.
The new game that we have announced, and learning more from Gearbox Publishing. So you're going to get all that. I wish I could be there in person, but since we're digital, we're going to do it this way. Thank you.
Oh, that's why.
Catch you later. Cheers.
I'm like, I didn't think I had Discord open.
Among the many innovative courses offered,
Would have been nice to actually see a game still.
Make sure you check out Borderlands Science.
2022 supposedly the movie's coming
You
out.
can contribute to real-world research studying the human gut microbiome. For you freshmen in the audience, here's our leading scientist, Mayim Bialik.
By playing Borderlands 3, you can contribute to real-world scientific research that helps real people. You'll be directly helping our scientists organize and compare this doo-doo.
I'm the conductor of the poop train! With Borderlands Science, you too can be the conductor of the poop train. And while you'll reap in-game rewards when you play, the real reward is knowing that you're making the world a better place. Gearbox
Feels good,
University.
man.
We're not even charging tuition for this.
All footage from
Homeworld game
Homeworld
started
Remastered.
in the mid-90s. It would be the first ever truly 3D RTS.
Homeworld. Interesting.
So that was a big deal in, the late 90s.
Okay, Homeworld 3. Oh, this is Tiny Tina's, I think. We're just gonna see the same trailer. Maybe. Yeah.
Fate. It soars on the
I would hope we'd see a little bit
rises
more.
from the grave. It stalks the ocean floor.
A little bit more of a deep dive.
You cannot hide from fate. But you can make your own.
Yeah, I think it's the same trailer. Yeah. Voice cast is pretty insane for this. Will Arnett, Andy Samberg, Ashley Birch, Wanda Sykes. Yeah, I hope we get a more of a look. I mean, early 2022, we're looking at a 6 to 8
Quick question.
month
We're not
window.
talking about yet, right?
That is correct.
It's my favorite. Hi, I'm Kayla Belmore, and I'm senior producer on Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Okay, good.
So what's really unique about Wonderlands is it's a looter shooter, which is pretty classic for Gearbox software. But for the first time ever, we're setting it in a brand new fantasy environment. Even though it's inspired by some of the content we've made before with Assault on Dragon's Keep, a fan favorite.
Roll for initiative, suckers!
It's a completely standalone plot, new set of characters with some nods to the past, but if you've never played a Borderlands game before, you can absolutely jump right in and enjoy it just as much. So we're absolutely excited to talk about all of our new enemy types. So that is one of our wyvern enemies. You will absolutely be fighting them. They're not your average wyvern. So of course we've got goblins
Man.
Definitely can't have a fantasy game without goblins, but again, we like to make them our own. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope that you are as stoked as we are about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Follow us on our social channels to find out the latest and greatest news. Enjoy the rest of the show.
This franchise has been around for so long.
How are they not showing more of that game? If the game is supposedly out in, you know, let's say earliest, if they're saying, oops,
And we keep looking at like
early, like if they're saying early 2022, minimum we're talking January. So probably between January and March, I would say. That 8-month window, how are we not seeing actual gameplay of this? You know, to me that's a little surprising.
Task is to find some new clothes that aren't as drafty. Your tribe's journey starts in the wilderness. Hunt down pets, gather rare resources, and explore the untamed world. Once you've plundered all you can carry, return to your village and use those resources to forge Viking-worthy gear. You must protect the seed of Yggdrasil at all costs, or this world and
So Valheim.
will be destroyed forever. So take heed. Ahead things rise when the sun sets. Destroy these dark
So
spirits
Valheim.
before they destroy the seed. Each victorious knight makes way for a new day, to venture into new lands, build to greater heights, and face fiercer creatures.
Yes, okay,
With risk comes great rewards. But be careful. You're of little use to Midgard squashed by a troll. Craft legendary weapons, build deadly defenses, and grow the strength
Oh, that one guy
of
got
your
wrecked.
tribe, because those giants are on their way. And it's time for us to end their path of destruction. Let's show them our might is
Yeah.
greater than their height. As the saying goes, Valhalla can wait.
Tribes of Midgard. So no Xbox, interesting. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Ren Maroda. I'm the creative director at Northville. We're just under 2 months away from finally launching our upcoming 10-player co-op action RPG, Tribes of Midgard, and deliver it to you on July 27th on PS5, PS4, and Steam. In Tribes of Midgard, you play as an Einarjar, a glorious Viking hero that's been returned to Midgard in order to protect the
So it
city
seems like
of
Valheim mixed
the
with
World Trade.
almost a
Every time you
Diablo
start a new
isometric
run, you would want to
approach,
go
which
out
is
and
cool.
explore this new world, gather some resources, fight enemies, and return to your village in order
I don't want to
craft
say it
better
looks more
equipment
the
and
art
tools
style
to
is a
help
little
you
crisper,
survive.
obviously, than
You can
Valheim,
also
but
upgrade
it
and
seems like
fortify your
Valheim is a
village,
little more
because
expansive.
each night, creatures from hell will emerge from the depth to attack your tree. Make it through the night to go
God,
back out
Valheim
to
was.
raid enemy
It's
camps,
already been how
dwell in
long?
caves, take part in events.
When was the last
go
time
on
I played
quests,
Valheim?
build
I got-
anywhere, and of course,
Let's
loot
see.
countless items to gain experience and level up your Viking.
Oh,
We have 8 classes
why am
in
I
the
going to
game,
library?
each with their own abilities, specificities,
Valheim.
and
Last
playstyle.
played on February
As you gain experience,
21st.
you level up to unlock even more
It's
skills,
crazy.
which you can then combine with dozens of runes for over-the-top results.
I only
But
put
those
about
knighty
15
creatures
hours into it.
Aren't even your biggest threat. You must get ready.
I know
and
Mike
prepare
and
for
Adam
your
both put.
biggest
Adam,
challenge,
I
and
think,
the
has
biggest challenge to
knocking
date.
on 100 hours or something
Every
like
couple
that
of days,
in
a
that
giant
game.
will emerge
Same with Mike.
and walk towards your village with
Oh,
the
Mike
intent of
probably about
destroying the
half
seed
of that.
Yggdrasil. You must stop it and take it down, whatever the cost.
Oh.
Otherwise, it's game over. You can of course play Tribes of Midgard completely on your own, but
Let me see.
we highly recommend that you bring along 9 friends to thrive together. We cannot wait to share more information about this ever-growing epic saga in the weeks to come.
Mike,
In the
33
meantime,
hours. So yeah,
you can already pre-order the game right now.
Adam was the
for
one who was
exclusive
very,
items
very
and
heavily
be among
into
the
it
first
of
to
us.
defend Midgard against Ragnarok. Because as they say, Valhalla can wait. Thanks for watching. Sail.
Dude has good
At
teeth.
Gearbox
Really
University,
straight
it's
teeth.
not
Good for him.
all textbooks and calculators. Sometimes
That'd be
we
me
like
if I
to kick
would have
back
actually
and
worn
have
my
a little
retainer.
fun. A
Some
good
piece of
sense
shit, I
humor
guess.
is of vital importance if you want to succeed in these halls. Here's a list of sensible wisecracks you might hear when you're exploring our campus. Why did the tribe of Midgard cross the road? to get to the O-Thor side. Knock knock. Who is there? The Commando. The Commando who? I don't know. What are you axing me for? Well,
right now, but we will check out some more.
I keep doing that when I want to switch over to the one. I keep forgetting that the hotkeys for YouTube are linked to that.
Why would she be walking in? She'd already be there. And is Tiny Tina old enough to drink? Maybe it doesn't matter in space. Also, what's the punchline? And how is Claptrap walking in? I want to say he counts as a unicycle. Okay, we'll work on this before we submit to E3. Gearbox University. Our comedy school is a 2-year degree.
Okay, so Godfall. That's right. I was like, God, what?
But our fight has just begun.
But that's on PS4. New Fire and Darkness expansion. I mean, hey, they're showing commitment to this game, which is more than I thought they would. You know, I'd probably actually give it a try if it came to Steam. I probably wouldn't try it on my PS5. But I mean, the concept looks cool, but and visually, it's obviously got its appeal, but I'll be honest, I'm surprised that there is a commitment shown to this game still, for how much of a flop it kind of was. I don't think a lot of people were expecting a lot out of it, though. It will always be known as, oh, it was the first announced PS5 game, but that's, you know. I mean, you rarely do see a you know, title, hey, we launched on the next-gen console, and then say, hey, you know what, we're going to do a PS4 port, or the previous-gen console. So, you know, like, retroactively.
And Gearbox alike, I want to thank you for being part of Godfall's journey up until this point. It's crazy to think that Godfall just launched in November of last year. Our developers have been hard at work ever since. In fact, this past February, we launched the massive Primal update, which included new content such as additional rooms in Tower of Trials, Primal gear, Ascension levels, and much, much more. But I'm excited to announce today that on August 10th, we will be launching Godfall on the PlayStation 4. Not only that, but owning Godfall on the PS4 entitles you to a free PS5 upgrade, and we will support cross-gen play, so PS4 and PS5 users can seamlessly co-op together. And
I mean, they're doing all the right things for the game.
Tower of Trials,
that's for sure.
Don't worry, we're adding matchmaking. But really, matchmaking and the PS4 edition are just the tip of the iceberg, because we are so excited to launch our first ever expansion, which we've entitled Fire and Darkness. Fire and Darkness will take players into the Fire Realm for the first time ever, where they'll be met with new challenges, enemies, bosses, trophies, cosmetics, and so much more. But alongside Fire and Darkness, we're also releasing a free content update, which we're calling the Lightbringer update. The main component of the Lightbringer update is a new endgame loop, which we're calling Lightbringer. In Lightbringer, players will fight off the darkness that threatens Aperion and be rewarded with a new loot type, First Loot. First Loot will challenge the player to complete particular objectives in order to lift the curse and awaken them. Basically, if you thought Primal gear was tough, you ain't seen nothing yet. And then, of course, we want to make fashion the forefront of Godfall, so we have added a huge library of cosmetics.
Like I said, I wish it would come to Steam. I wish we would get a Steam version of this game. Or a Steam release, I should say. Not version, but Steam release of this game.
Thank you so much for your time.
Because I would actually probably try it out. If we got a sale of it and it was, you know, $20 or something, I'd dip my toe in.
Really unique tone,
Homeworld again.
and feel to Homeworld
Yay.
that hasn't been emulated since.
I mean, good for whoever was into Homeworld.
It's not a prequel. It's not a remaster. It is Homeworld 3. It is the next Homeworld.
Cool.
We're glad you've chosen Gearbox University for your higher education endeavors. As you engage in your academic pursuits, don't forget to try out our extracurricular activities. Show off your shutterbug talents in the photography club. Make lasting connections in our chapter houses. Or if you're a boring person, you can always try out for the debate team. We also have sporting events, but try not to party too hard at the homecoming game, or you'll end up looking
That is
like this. Be sure to follow us on social media, where you'll occasionally find free shift codes, as well as news and announcements about our latest scholastic offerings. Gearbox University, we can shape your future, because thinking for yourself is hard.
True.
Now, go buy all our games.
We're back. I hope you guys had an awesome presentation from all the Gearbox games in development and Gearbox publishing products coming. Listen, I'm standing outside Kevin Hart's trailer door. I'm just gonna. You guys want to meet him? I think he wants to meet you guys.
Or just show us a teaser.
Hey Kevin, you got a minute? Borderlands fans, meet Kevin Hart.
How you guys doing, man?
He's like, what?
Pretty pumped up right now to meet you guys. Randy, you should tell them actually how big I am in person. It's a great opportunity.
I'm 6'3", and
yeah, they can get a good grasp of how much height I put on for this role right now.
Dude, you are freaking awesome. Like you don't understand. Like you're a freaking action hero.
Thank you, man.
This is amazing watching you work.
You know
You're
what?
blowing my mind.
I'm going to say
I'm really sweaty right now.
It's amazing for me to have the opportunity to portray the character of Roland, of course, who you're very familiar with, because this is your creation. I think the biggest and best thing is the surprise that you guys are going to be in for. Because you got no idea what I'm doing or how I'm doing or why I'm doing it. You got no idea the level that I came in at. You got no
Or
idea
you could show a small
how much
teaser to
preparation
show
I decided
us.
to put into this particular character in this role. You got no idea. You got no idea. You don't even know what's under this jacket.
OMG! It's metal!
You got no idea. My job is to come in, not only be prepared, but to shock. And I think right now this is what we're doing.
We are doing it. I've seen some pretty like
it's intense.
It's no one's ever seen you like this before.
No, I can honestly say, man, Eli is doing such a phenomenal job.
He's doing
directing.
It's also fun to work with him. Like he's working his ass off. Well, everyone's working their ass off.
Absolutely. You got an amazing
Everyone.
cast. Kate, Jamie, Ariana, myself, Flo, our director, Eli,
You
Jack,
could show them.
You put an amazing group of people together. So shouts out to you, your team at Gearbox. Shouts out to Lionsgate, for seeing that this is something that could be phenomenal. Shouts out to the world of Pandora knowers. You guys that know and love this world.
Decent edit job. I'll give whoever edited the showcase decent job. Very good job, I should say.
From a place of visual, you're going to believe that you're in this place.
Definitely the highlight of the show.
My eyes are welling up. Hey, thank you, man. Hey, I appreciate you taking a minute to introduce yourself to our fans.
No problem. I'm going back in here in the weight room.
I'll see you later.
I got a weight room in here. Just rolling lifts weights in between takes. You'll know why later.
Take it easy, Kevin. Thanks, man. Holy crap, you guys.
Oh my
I
God.
can't wait for you to see this movie. It won't be long, but we still got a lot of work to do. We're a little bit more than halfway done with production. And but you know what? Back at home at Gearbox, all the great people that created this universe that I'm here representing on behalf of all the talent at Gearbox.
Or you can at least show a picture.
So check this out, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers, everybody.
I thought you was gonna be check this out. Here's a small teaser. I mean, to be fair, Gearbox is a very small publishing company from publishing end. They're you know, if you want to look at it from a, you know, full scale, you know, peeled back, or I should say pushed back, grand scope of things, they're very small. So, you know, it's expectations on my end were in check, but, you know, it would have been nice to see something from the Borderlands movie. It would have been nice to at least see a couple, hey, here is actually what they look like. Here's Cate Blanchett looking, you know, as Lilith. Like, it would have been nice to actually see those things. It would have been nice to see an actual fucking, for a game that's coming out in 6 to 8 months, like, it would have been nice to actually see a, you know, gameplay trailer like that we thought we probably would after seeing the reveal at Summer Games Fest kickoff live, like, of Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Like, I think a lot of people would have probably expected that, to see that, a deep dive at this event, or at least a gameplay trailer or something like this, an additional look at, you know, hey, this is a Gearbox, you know, actual developed, like, it's a Gearbox game, you know, and they're controlling the message being in their, you know, ecosystem, or their showcase, they're the one, their message, yada yada. Like, it would have been nice to actually have them follow up on that, because I do have an interest in that game. Like, I'm not a huge Borderlands fan, but I love a fantasy aesthetic. Like, I would be down with that. I'd love to see this D&D inspired take on Borderlands. Like, that would be cool. So, you know, it just seems like one of those things that this wasn't necessary. We didn't get an actual look at the Borderlands movie. I know it's in production still. I know it's, you know, we still got stuff going on, but it's one of those things that's like, okay, if you had nothing to show at all, why show, or if you don't have anything to show, why show anything at all? If you weren't going to follow up on the, you know, Tiny Tina trailer, or, you know, reveal trailer for Tiny Tina's Wonderland, if you weren't going to follow up that with gameplay in a game that's, you know, this is coming out in 6 to 8 months. You would like to imagine if it's early 2021, like, you have to imagine that, hey, this is going to be something that's coming out within, you know, January to March. I would imagine early 2021 to me is Q1 2021. So if you're getting something that's coming out in January, February, March, something like that, I would expect to see gameplay for that. For a game that's coming out in less than a year, I would imagine we're able to see gameplay. You think of, you know, a lot of large-scale games, you know, and granted, like I said, Gearbox from a publishing end is much, much, much smaller than a lot of things, and you got to think of Borderlands 3, I believe, was published by Take-Two, so, or 2K, I mean, which, does 2K own? I'm not sure if they do. Does 2K own Gearbox? Let me see. Gearbox Entertainment. Gearbox Software. Parent. Oh yeah, the Embracer Group owns them. So, even though they had 2K publish that, that's right, they were bought. I keep forgetting they were bought by Embracer. So it's just one of those things that if you don't have anything to say, why say anything at all? You know, so it is what it is. It was expectation for me were very in check. Like, I was not expecting pretty much anything, but I was expecting, hey, maybe we'll get an actual view of what these characters look like for the Borderlands movie, and I will actually see what, you know, Tiny Tina's Wonderland's actually going to look like. But we didn't see any of those, you know, so it's hard to give this anything more than a C-, like, at best. I would even teeter on D. It's just one of those things that I just didn't think it needed to happen. I'm glad it was only a half hour long. That helps it. But I don't know. It just kind of stinks seeing that, you know, was this necessary? Was this a show that was necessary? Did this actually help Gearbox with their messaging for what they have, like, with fans and with those who are actually investing in their products? Was this, applicable? Was this something that they needed to do? Probably not. This probably could have been like, hey, we could have Tiny Tina's Wonderland at Jeff Keighley's at Summer Games Fest live or Kickoff Live, and maybe have it show up in Microsoft's and show a little bit of a deep dive. You'll probably get more eyes on it. Was it needed? So, all in all, meh. It is what it is. If you're a diehard Borderlands fan, I guess you got a tiny little bit, but I wouldn't even say that really. I struggle to say that. So, either way, it is what it is. That's pretty much it. So, obviously, like I said, if you're coming in late, this will be up on the full thing. Will be up on a video on demand version, a YouTube version, obviously, a little bit later today. You can hop in, view all of that. But we will have live reacts to everything all week. Besides, unfortunately, naturally, the Xbox and Bethesda show, I will be on a plane at that time tomorrow. So, I will do a live reaction general test probably when I get back that night or when we first get there and people are, kind of freshening up or whatever. I'll get a chance to sit down, watch it, do my live reacts, get that up for everyone. But besides that, that's pretty much it. We'll have live reacts to other things. We'll obviously have a big recap episode, for next week's show, or this week's show, I guess we should say, coming up. But you get what I mean. On Friday, we'll have a recap of everything that went on and what we've seen, what I saw this past week, too, at E3. We'll have a lot of stuff going on. So, that being said, thank you, everyone, so much for, coming and chilling with us. And we will be back with another Reacts with E3 later this week. Peace.